we're actually gonna get started.
Anyone has any questions, you should definitely pipe up. We can definitely make this a conversation. So there's three main sections to the building. As you may be aware, even though this is a new development, it's a conversion. So this was originally built around 100 years ago, and it's a landmark building. Harry Mackel, our developer, bought it around 10 years ago, and then spent almost 9 years converting it into 566 residential units. Part of what's so exceptional about this building, part of why we on the sales team, by the way, this is Jake, I'm Landis, that's Lenny, and then you maybe met Jamie there at the door. Part of why we're so excited about this building is usually in order to purchase in a building of this caliber with this level of amenities, your entry prices are closer to $4 million, $5 million. But we actually have studios starting at just under $900,000 and one bedrooms right around 1.3. We are extremely broker friendly. We know that our project lives and dies by you guys and the buyers that you represent to bring the building. So right now we are offering 4% commissions, and we love to make you guys look good and equip you with whatever it is that you'll need. So this here is the landmarked portion of the building. So this is built by a famous, or designed by a famous architect, Rolf Walker. Y'all may be familiar with him because he's the one that built or originally designed Walker Tower, 100 Barclay. He was originally a commercial architect, but there's been a spate of developers converting all of his commercial spaces into residential buildings. So you can see that there's a lot of terrace spaces in the building. So all of these setbacks here, we built out terraces. So we have around just under 50 units with terraces, and they're not just little baby balconies. These are like actual spaces where you're morally obligated to host parties if you end up living there. Next, we have this annex portion of the building. So this part was added in the 1960s right here. And then we have what we added ourselves in our conversion process, which is called the overbuild. So you're actually sitting in that portion right here. It's all of this space that you see, and then down below where you have the floor-to-ceiling glass windows. Part of the reason I'm going into such detail telling you about the different styles of the building is because in addition to a variance of size and price point, we also just have different flows and feels to each of our units. As you can imagine, the floor-to-ceiling glass windows here feel very modern and like what you might see, in like a high-rise glass tower, versus what you have here in the landmark portion feels more like what I've sold up on Central Park West or the Upper West Side. I can hear myself monologuing. I'm going to pass it off to someone else just to share y'all.
Yeah, so there's 100,000 feet of amenities, and we're at the restaurant, which operates daily. We have lunch and dinner service for the residents. We also can host your customers here when you have them in this space. The food's excellent. It's Chef Alejandro used to run the kitchen over at Google. So food is well appointed. I think that's probably the most unique feature out of all of the things that we have to offer, because there's nothing down here that has that. And then just the floor below us, where we're going to tour you guys through these spaces, we have the pool. It's a 3-lane lap pool, full 75 feet length, so it's a true lap. And it overlooks the harbor. Incredible views.
If anyone brought their swimsuits, you're welcome to jump on in. It's a nice balmy 83 degrees.
We have our fitness center also on that floor. Great light, good space to work out, which I'll get to. We have an actual addition to that, which I'll talk about. And then on our 6th floor, we have our co-working space, OneWorks, which was modeled after WeWorks. It's a very nice functional office space that has state-of-the-art technology. You can do video conferencing there. You can have just a general working area. There's conference rooms. There's podcasting studios. Really full service. There's even a coffee center, and in the back a print area. So it has everything. Our residents here in their common charges pay for Wi-Fi. So the building buys it in bulk, and it's all on one network. So if you go between your apartment and that space, you never lose service. It also happens to be a much better way to do it because you get a reduced cost basis that's passed on to the owners. And then we have our retail spaces, which you may have seen. We have the Whole Foods. There's also Lifetime Fitness. Our sponsor was able to work a deal with Lifetime that all of our residents get included membership access free of charge. It's built into the common charges. And there's actually an elevator which will take you directly from this building into that space. It's over 75,000 square feet. So if you'd like to really get into your workout, that's a great facility.
Are any of y'all members of Lifetime with them? I know they're newer to the New York market. You guys, so they really fashion themselves more like a country club that happens to focus on fitness. So in addition to, of course, all of your classes and the gym equipment, they have a spa where you can get haircuts, colors, blowouts, manicures, pedicures, facials. They have chiropractic care. They have a daycare center. They really, I mean, so here alone they have 4 floors and around 75,000 square feet. So when we say you get a gym membership, it's really more than that. It's an integrated lifestyle that's just a part of the building.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And they actually, back when this was a bank, they had their vault down there, and they restored one of the bank vault doors, so it's on display in the fitness center. It's a cool place to go and work out, but yeah, as Linda said, it's a great experience. Much different from an average fitness center. Okay, so one more retail space which is coming, which is Printemps from Paris. They're opening their first U.S. Location here in the base of the building. We're really excited about that. It happens to be quite unique in terms of what retail exists in New York. I don't think there's anything like it. There's going to be food experiences within that space. We'll be able to talk more about it in specifics with you guys as the tour, but it consumes a large part of the building's retail.
They made us sign about like 7 NDAs. They're being very protective. I was not cool enough to know what Printemps was before coming on board to this building. So for those of you who aren't aware, Printemps is spelled Printemps. And if you're French, you are like horrified by my pronunciation. But
Chris actually pronounces it amazing.
Oh, let's hear it.
Printemps.
Oh, we put him on the spot. He delivered. This was not a planned interaction. So it is a department store, but think of like uber luxury, high caliber, but not pretentious. So they're going to have a variety of like, you know, all of your high-end brands that you think of, whether it's YSL, Prada, Chanel, but then also maybe a collection with Levi's or things that might be more accessible to your standard population. They're coming in and they're taking up the entire northern portion here of the building, where you saw those 33 to 40 foot ceilings and the massive windows, and then they're also taking over the southern portion there with the 4 to 7 windows. And the reason why we spend a lot of time talking about this and how cool and sexy it is because it's really going to elevate not just this building and the lifestyle of our residents, but also the neighborhood. They are spending so much money coming into this space, and they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't believe in the potential of this immediate area. All right, I promise I'll stop interrupting you, Dave.
A really cool fact about Printemps, they actually will be featuring the Red Room, which is also one of the interior landmarks. So it has to be open to the public, and you'll be able to come and see that once it's open. That was originally our sales office.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually now exclusively to the public. It will be open in the spring, which Printemps means spring as well, 2025. So you'll be able to come and see that then.
For those of you who haven't been in the Red Room, it's quite an amazing experience. It was a mural done by Hildreth Mayer. It was like the famous muralist from the Art Deco period, that time period when the building was being built. And it's a landmark interiors. And they really did an impeccable job restoring it. So when that comes back on display to the public, you gotta check it out. It's totally different from anything I've ever seen before in my life. Lenny, would you like to share something about the building?
Just basically everything in the building was centered around lifestyle. So we have an experienced manager. We have a manager, basically Live Concierge Service manages all the amenity spaces, programs all the amenity spaces in order to make the community happy.
This is a white glove building, so they really are top of service. That's one of the first prominent features of the building, I think, that stands out. But in many ways, there's just so many things about this building that are unprecedented for the neighborhood, but also for what this price point is and what your customers will get. So we're talking a real value proposition. I think the best way to show this is actually going through the spaces. So what we're going to do is we're going to break up into a couple groups and tour you guys through.
We'll break up into about
areas.
3 groups.
I think 3 makes
about
sense.
3
And
groups.
you'll get a chance to see everything that you want. It's just a matter of the order in which you see it. So let's see, who's going to take where?
So
I'm
everyone
going
will
to the
be.
pool.
All right, that's our full girl.
So let's start up a little bit, Jamie.
Okay. And I'll start with some of our the models on the 34th floor.
Yeah, awesome.
We're with you. Woo, let's go.
That's a big one. That's the one that's.
Yes.
That's also